Hello, Gunpla fans. It's Speedball Harlow, and today I got for you guys from the Legend BB line, the SD Knight Gundam. For many who might recall this guy, this little fella was from the Gundam Build Fighters first season, actually, appearance, and of course, that's where, of course, this kit came in. And it's a really nice little kit, and as you guys can see in the Knight Gundam's base form, as you can see, it's a really cool setup. It's fully color separate. I barely used any paint on this little guy. I won't lie to you guys. And articulation for this little guy is really nice for a kit from 2012. It's really cool. To show you, let's start with the arms, full 360, and because of a special polycap, you can now actually give a shoulder setup for this little guy. Pretty nice. I like that. And an elbow bend. You get a full elbow bend on this little guy now, and the other Legend BB characters as well, with of course the standard ball joint. Waist articulation's really nice on this little guy. I like it. You can do really cool poses with him. You can put a neck all the way back because of it, including the neck. He actually has separate articulation there. See? Gotta love it. Full 360, of course, without his helmet on. Let's see, legs, ball joints, so it's full 360. Though I will mention, though, guys, it doesn't have any knee articulation. And a little warning, if you do, play with the leg a bunch, the leg can pop out pretty easy, but can be put back in. And lastly, there's feet articulation, as you can see right here. Definitely nice. And of course, one of the cool, fun gimmicks that this little guy has is, as we all know, guys, SD kits always come with these fun anime style eyes, of course, based on the character. And though, of course, you never can change the eyes like as into different looks or anything unless you, of course, do it yourself. But this little guy, however, has a cool head gimmick. In other words, I have to rip his head off, as you guys can see. And by just simply putting one finger in there, you can twist that around, plop his head back into place, and now you got a new character look for your SD, which is really nice because you can also do other ones too. And I will show you a quick. As you can see on the sticker sheet, you get, of course, standard eyes, happy eyes, and different eye direction eyes. So if you're looking for a pose where he's ready to fight a surprise opponent or anything like that, these would definitely be good for that and such like that. And as you can see, guys, very small sticker sheet, very good, especially for SDs. Trust me, guys, SDs love their stickers to a point. Uh, so yeah, as you can see here, love this little guy. Now let's go through his, well, assortments here. We'll start with, of course, his noble shield. Really nice, all parts separate. I love it because most of the time with SD shields, there's always a chance a crest piece or something like that is usually going to be paint required. But it's really nice, handle for holding and all that. And of course, has a setup for you when you want to store his sword, which I'll show you in a bit. But first, why don't we show you the set Sword of Heroes, I would assume its name is. Usually it's always that kind of name. But as you can see, it's really nice. And as you can probably tell, it's not normally silver out of the box, guys, for the blade. I did that myself. I wanted to try out a new Gundam marker. It's the plated silver one, and I really like how it turns out, especially when you spray it. It just looks so nice, especially for blade weapons. It looks really cool. I love it. And as you can see, guys, I'm using his special sword-wielding hand to show you this. It's designed specifically to hold the blade in an angle, so of course, when you're, taking out other SDs, cut, 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 and such. All right, let's see. Let's see, you got just, of course, base armors for the chest. Simple, easy to put together, and no paint. I love it. What else? Let's see, we got, of course, the shoulder and waist armors for both sides. Easy to assemble, easy to detail, and such like that. Let's see, other than that, we have, of course, the waist armor front and back here. All color separate, though, to be fair, it's mostly silver, so easy, right? And lastly, on the body, we have his two gauntlets for his arms, which are really nicely detailed. I like that, and easy to put on. And of course, out of his armaments, we have his really nice SD cape, and of course, his lance. I love both of these for good reasons. One, the lance itself just looks really nice. It's of course fun to play around with your group. Sorry about that. If you like things that you can spin and such. But a cool function that the shield has is that the end piece right there, guys. If you take the shield here, there's a special port right here on the handle, right there, and you can literally have the lance ready in the shield. So if he's got your shield on, he can actually be attacking with that while carrying his sword. Really cool gimmick. I love that. It's really good. And of course, as I just showed you, his really cool cape. Articulation, of course, is to flap in and out, and open up. So yes, if you're into superhero style capes, this is definitely really like that. I like it. Simple ball joint setup and such. Love it. And of course, while we're talking about cool accessories, we got to talk about the really nicely completely color separate helmet. I like this. It's really nice, easy to detail and such. And the coolest feature, as you can see on the helmet here, guys, his visor. Now, you probably might thinking I probably painted that. No, I did not. That is chrome, silver chrome. It comes in the kit. And of course, if you push it all the way down, you can be covering his eyes for battle or not. It's up to you. Now, the last accessory he has is for his transformation into his centaur mode, and that are, well, his extra legs, literally. I'll show you individually. These go for where his standard feet are, as you can see. Simple, easy, and yes, they do have articulation. It's simple, but yeah, it works, and it gives the legs more articulation because of the ball joint setup. And we of course have the back legs. When it stands out, you got his tail, and just like the front, the feet do have articulation, and because of the added joint they have here, and there we go, you have his full back half, or his, well, his horse butt, I guess you'd prefer, if you'd prefer to call it that way. And yes, it does have articulation, so you can do interesting poses with it, though I do recommend a kind of stand underneath it, though, to help stabilize it. So yeah, so that's about it there. Just give me 1 second, guys, and, well, you can see me put them all together. And there you have it, guys. As you can see, he's all dressed up in his knight armor, ready for battle against his evil enemies, which is really cool on him. I love how it all fits together pretty well, no problem. And yes, his cool face and his weapon poses are just so much fun to play around with. I love it. Like I said before, it looks really cool with his visor down and such. Now, before I show you his centaur mode, I will of course show you guys some size comparisons so you can see how big he is. And starting with my classic SD, the God Maru. As you can see, he is a lot bigger actually than an older SD. He is definitely, I mean, even without this, he'd be right around here. So the Legend line definitely increased the size of these little dudes. I love that about him. What else? Let's see. Got him, of course. Oh, here's one from my Orange Cat Industry line of kits, the Super Robot line X Career. That one, yeah, is a bit bigger, but to be fair, this one is close to a 144. But as you can see, it's not that far off, though. So, and the articulation is close. So that's one reason why I like this setup, and why, you know, armored mechs, especially SD style, is really cool. In fact, it's really fun because when you get the manual, guys, you get a fun little comic that you know, has a little fun with the Knight Gundam, and of course his adversary, the Satan Gundam, as you can all see right here. I will try to get this in so you can all take a look at this. It's fun, it's simple, and it's a bit humorous, of course. It even shows on the back here, with everything you can see, the actual original Satan Gundam model right there in the corner. Odd though they never did one in the SD line, though I can probably guess a few reasons why they wouldn't want to upgrade him, especially because of name reasons. Let's go with that. But yeah, as you can see, he's really nice, guys. Really cool. And now, as I promised, oh, wait, before I forget. As you can see, the cape can, of course, extend all the way out if you were wondering of that detail. I just got to move that. And let's see. Cape around a little. And now you guys can see me put together his Centaur mode, probably one of the big reasons why you'd like this little guy. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a Centaur slash knight slash robot? I mean, that's a very unique mix, but it works. It definitely works. Now, know when you're putting on the butt part, you do have to take off the original, butt armor to clip this onto the back, because you actually have to have it clipped in to this section right here. Let's see, you gotta make sure it clips into, because if you don't, there you go. If you can hear that, that means he's completely secure. And of course, just adjusting, and we'll swap his weapon out to the more noble spear that he will require. And there you guys go. There is the Centaur mode to the Knight Gundam SD. It's really cool setup. I love that everything's tight and fits perfectly without falling apart. I mean, literally, here, I'll show you. I could shake this like this. The only thing that probably pop off is the helmet. The feet, everything else stays on pretty well. I love it. And as you guys can, and as I mentioned earlier, he now has much more leg articulation than he does in his standard mode. Well, his night mode, I should say. So yeah, it's really cool. Now, yes, you would... Oh, actually, I almost forgot. You're supposed to put the butt armor now on his new horse butt. And there you go. So yeah, so pretty much, if you're wondering about leftover parts, pretty much just the transformation gimmicks, as in between standard and, of course, Centaur. Other than that, you just... the feet. Now, you do get this pose hand, as you can see here. It's interesting because it's supposed to, I think it's more posable for his sword attacks. Though, as you guys can clearly tell in the back here, yeah, there's no cover. None of the hands here are like, they have covers for him. So, unfortunately, this is how it will look straight out of the box, guys. Unless you want to fill that in with putty, clean it up and such, Or if you go with 3D printing, there's an option. So, yeah. And of course, and if you were curious too, when you don't have them in Centaur mode, you can actually store the legs on the back. You would just fold them up with these attached to them, and you would just plug it into the back. Though you would have to remove the cape, I believe, from what I was looking on the manual. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Oh wait, actually, why not? While we're right here, before I do that, why don't we do a quick resize comparison? You guys can see how much difference the Centaur mode has now to the SD mode. So yeah, as you guys can see, it increases his height a little bit, not a huge amount, but still a good amount. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I thank you all for coming, and of course, if you are wondering, yes, I completely recommend this little guy. I can't wait to check out his other night variations they do have, and if you are curious to where you can get one, I got this little fella over at Gundam Pros. So yeah, that's it for today. I thank you all, and I hope you have a good day.